Daniela Cabrerizo, and don't try to pronounce my last name, it's kind of like a trap. I am from Arequipa, Peru, and I'm here to talk to you about crisis as opportunities. I have been a designer for almost 15 years. I started in high school and really never looked back, and always loved about what I do. I was very happy and passionate about it. But in the last few years, I kind of started feeling very frustrated and kind of fell into a personal crisis. I felt like all I was doing was helping people sell stuff, and I wanted to feel useful. I wanted to do better. And I think the reason for it is my family, is my crazy, amazing family. They always taught us to help others and to be empathetic and to rise above even the most heartbreaking crisis. One of those that I want to share with you today. So my sister Claudia was born in 1972. Due to labor problems and then an infection, her brain was severely damaged. So the doctor said that she won't make it. But she did make it. Then they said that she will not be able to walk or eat on her own, and that she will be tied to a bed for the rest of her life. Fortunately for us, they were actually wrong. She not only lived, she learned how to walk, and she learned how to eat with a spoon on her own. She's now 44 years old, and not without problems, but she's alive, and she has come a long way. Claudia's has made my family and my parents' life quite difficult, to say the least, because her care is extremely demanding. But also, because of her and the crisis that came along with her, amazing things happened. You see, in Arequipa, where I come from, in 1972, there was no place for mentally disabled children. There was barely any information about that. And you all have to remember this is the 70s, pre-Google, pre-internet, so it was very difficult. So my grandfather, with the help of friends and family, decided to start a therapy center for children with mental disabilities. And they called it Unámonos, which means let's unite. And Unámonos was so needed that 40 years later, it has helped over 4,000 children, with most of them from very limited resources through education, nutrition, physical therapy, and even job placement. Unámonos is still a nonprofit. It works only by donations, and is one of my favorite examples of how a family, my family's heartbreaking crisis, was transformed into something amazing for the entire community. So you're wondering what that has anything to do with my personal crisis. What happened was, instead of quitting everything through my frustration, which I was very close to do, I decided to use my talents and my business as a force for good. So earlier this year, I changed my business model to be able to give 2% of every single project I get towards a cause I believed in the fields of inclusion, conservation, and equality. And I wanted I wanted to talk to you about crisis today because I see a lot of despair lately, especially this crazy year. And I want to tell you that I know how you feel, I really do. But I have also learned that crises are not a bad thing. They're actually great opportunities for change. So you have to understand the reason for crisis to exist is so the old can live, so the new can grow in that space. So crisis really makes us show who we really are. It pushes us to see the raw reality and makes reinvention an absolute necessity. And that's how we learn, that's how we grow, and that's really how we evolve. And because of where I come from, I can tell you that crisis and lack of resources inspire amazing and creative solutions, even crazy solutions. So you can think outside of the box, and you can question everything. So I want you to know that you can use your crisis to help others. You can use it to get inspired and to get involved more. You have to remember that the world doesn't need more vandals, it needs more cleanup crews. So let's be cleanup crews. Use your crisis today. Let's all commit to make a change and try to make the darkest moments in life just a little bit brighter, even if it's with one little action, one step, or even one little project at a time. Thank you.